ended with 9 Premier League games this weekend, that because of Burnley's postponement in the snow earlier on against Tottenham. It all began, of course, with defeat for Newcastle at Arsenal, back-to-back wins for Steven Gerrard at Aston Villa, a comfortable one for Liverpool at Anfield over Southampton, 4 points from 6 to begin for Dean Smith at Norwich after a 0-0 draw with Wolves, and 0-0 as well at the Amex between Brighton and Leeds. So earlier on today, another defeat for Everton, 7 defeats in the last 10 games for Rafa Benitez. Brentford back to winning ways. Ivan Toney's penalty, the decider there. Leicester beating Watford 4-2 as Claudio Ranieri went back to the King Power for the first time since his Premier League victory. Manchester City 2, West Ham 1. City winning again at the Etihad, and all square between Chelsea and United at Stamford Bridge. So, as I say, Chelsea back in front, but by only a point now ahead of City, who are themselves are only a point ahead of Liverpool. Then come West Ham and Arsenal, locked on 23. Manchester United have nudged up to 18, still 12 off the summit. Newcastle still the only club out of all 92 league clubs yet to win a game this season. And remember, 13 games in, no club with 6 points or less have ever gone on to survive in the Premier League. Still 3 points in safety, Norwich and Burnley ahead of Leeds' next game on Tuesday at home to Crystal Palace.
I think probably they give us a chance and we score. So, like I say, it's not enough to draw, but at the moment, at the way we are, it's a big point.
So what steps forward do you think you've made in the last week? If we take defensively, just 1 goal conceded and that from a penalty?
Well, the last games before we were conceding 3 or 4 goals. Now we concede 1 from a penalty. So clean sheet against Villarreal. So I think we are improving. But this is just two games. We need to show in the games that are coming. We play now against Arsenal, big game again. So let's keep going, keep focus, and keep our 100%.
Also, does it make you sad that it's come a little bit too late in the week since that Watford game that we've talked about? A good man has lost his job.
Yeah, for sure. We were conceding a lot of goals, a lot of chances. We were playing very poor. So, well, at least now we are defending well. We are fighting for every ball. I think that's good. Like I said, I'm proud of the team. We are fighting for every ball. That's the minimum for the Manchester United players. So, a couple of good results.
How strange a situation is it at the moment? You're obviously coping with it quite well, but you've got an interim manager doing a good job. You've got another interim manager coming in. How hard is that for a player?
Well, it's a bit strange, but we are professional players. We need to be training properly, playing properly, play against under the pressure as well. So that's Manchester United. Let's see what will happen in the future. But at the moment, we are a team. I feel like we are all together, fighting for the same things.
Looking forward to working under Ralf Rangnick. It looks like that's the way it's going.
Let's see. Like I said, let's see what happens. Now it's Carrick, the manager. We are with him.
How well has he done? Michael?
Good. I think the team is. We won against Villarreal. We draw here today. Of course, we are conceding still many chances, but like I said, the team is together. I think this makes us stronger.
The reaction and, of course, analysis coming. 1-1 at Stamford Bridge. I just wonder, after the turbulent time United have had, what that will do, Premier League-wise, just to the whole group, to get a result like that.
Yeah, it should give them a bit of confidence. Going to a Chelsea team that have been playing really well, especially coming away with a point, is, it can only be positive, really. They've got a few fixtures now where they're very winnable as well. I think looking at the next 8, 9, 10 fixtures, well, you say they're winnable, you hope they're winnable with the squad they've got, the players they've got, a new coach coming in to, just to refresh them a little bit, revitalise them a little bit. Going to places like Chelsea and getting a point is a positive result.
But if I said to you at the start of the week, after all that had gone on, away game in the Champions League to win the group and go through and then get a point at the leaders, everyone would have taken that, wouldn't they? Yeah,
of course you would. You definitely take it. As I said, a turbulent week, losing the manager isn't great. And Michael's done well, hasn't he? It's not been vintage football, I'd say, but it's been football that's got us 2 good results that say you need to get a little bit of confidence. The team has been a mess the last 5 or 6 weeks. really not knowing which way they're going to play, no real structure about them. Now they need to settle down into some kind of system. Maybe today he's found a way of playing. I don't know what the new manager will do. So they need to go on from this now. Going to Chelsea is a tough place to go, so they need to crack on and really kick on them.
Yeah, I think it's horses for courses. You know, that result there, that performance against Chelsea, a very, very hard side to play against at the moment. The players wouldn't have enjoyed that. There's no way the players would have enjoyed playing that way, but they'd enjoy getting the point, putting their foot in, working it hard defensively. They can't play that way against the next, as you say, next 10 fixtures. They'll play different. They'll play a bit more open, they'll play better, and they'll try and enjoy the game a bit more. But I know Manchester United players will be down, going back home on that coach, saying, well, if we play like that every week, it ain't going to be enjoyable. But it was needed today, and after the great result they got in the week. But there is so much more they need to do if they're going to really get themselves back where they need to be. And that will happen in time with a new manager.
That's really interesting. And not for a one-off game, but over a period of time. Do managers worry about whether the players are enjoying it and responding to it?
No, they'll enjoy winning. Everyone enjoys winning, but I think players will play better and you'll get more wins if they love what they're doing. If they're you know, they'll, every now and again, games like that, under these circumstances, where their club is at the moment, that is the right performance for today. When they pick the side, Ronaldo out before the game, I'm looking at it from a manager's point of view, thinking, OK, those three solidness in midfield is where Chelsea's strengths are. They've got the two little inside forwards, the two deep midfield players. That's their strength. And he's tried to smother that. And he did that today. But you can't expect Man United to go and play like that week in and week out against Crystal Palace, whoever they're playing. They're going to take the game to them. And that's where the club's got to go forward. And that's where United fans wouldn't stand for that every week. They really wouldn't.
I think when I look back at our team, it's probably a little bit of a myth that you think you go into every game gung-ho, trying to score goals, trying to win games by playing brilliant football. Sometimes you have to have performances like that. You have to respect who you were playing against. And there's many...
But the difference was you had no identity at the time with the way you would play.
Yeah, we changed, Steve. You think of Man United, you probably think 4-4-2, going for it, wide players. Sometimes you go to Chelsea, you go to Barcelona, you go to Liverpool, the best teams, 4-5-1. Yeah. And you stay in the game. It's not always the best. You probably show more quality than they have done today. But sometimes it's just a scruffy win. Go away, respect the opposition, sit behind the ball. You might just get one chance, two chances, but you've got to take them.
And what about Glenn's point about players? Did you used to enjoy that then?
It was the way we had to win sometimes. Now, look, if you come away from win, great.
My point is you can't put a team out, and Man United team, with the talent that's in that squad, you can't put a team out like that every week to play that way and try and win and get up the league and win a league. That's what my point. Today was, for me, Michael's got it absolutely spot on. Whoever picked the team has got it absolutely spot on for today's performance against Chelsea in the form that they're in. Paul, you're correct. They're a great side at the moment, in a great run. They couldn't come here today and be expansive. But for going forward, I know Manchester United fans are not going to stand for playing that way, because there's going to be games when they play that way and they're going to lose. So it's a stepping stone, but it's not the template for United to go forward.
Where do you stand on all this?
I'm always balancing it, and I totally get what the lads are saying. I'm just thinking, for the future, sometimes I think you've got to have less of a short-term... OK, the best chance they had of getting points today was doing what they did. So yeah. I sit here and agree with that.
But moving forward now.
But I just wonder what, you know, if your end game is to be up there with Manchester City, Liverpool, play the way they do, you know, which they don't really change for many teams at the moment. You look at Liverpool, they don't change when they go away to... If you want to get to that level, that's my next question to the lads. Well... Is this short-term thinking then just going to try to grab a point, which is fine, which is good. They've grabbed the point, so you know I'm sat here sort of. But they're better. They've got to want more than that in the future.
Are they better than that, Michael?
But how do they get better than what they are at the minute?
Well, I think it has to be coaching. You think in the midfield area, can that team compete with Manchester City? Can it compete with Liverpool, keeping the ball the way they do? the quality's not there, Michael.
No, and I don't disagree that the quality's not there, but what I'm saying is, if that's Burnley, if that's Brighton, if that's a lot of teams in this league, I get why you would chop and change and think, right, we're playing Norwich at home this week, we're going to play a bit more. Now we're going to Man City, let's show it. But I just think if you're trying to get to that top level, like Manchester United are, I can't then accept that you're going to keep going to half the teams in the league away from home or against the good teams at home and play like that or play that team, because you're never going to get better.
They won't play like that. It's only against the best teams they're going to play like. They get forced to play like